On that last one, it said you still got to rank up to 13 on top speed if you can do that one out.
Well, to extra drift power, I suppose.
Keep you really stuck to the track when you're about to take off.
So let's take a look at the customization options. So we've got the official colors.
So these would be the stock colors if you were buying this car.
Yeah. So when you buy that at a Ford shop sort of place, dealership, you will be able to pick those colors. But because we're an arcade extreme racing game,
living your racing fantasies.
We do add a few more options where you can modify your car and give it like metallic, for example, colors. So you get lots of colorful options. You can control the saturation, so it's bluer. You can make it brighter. That's one possibility. You can have matte colors. That's a bit too pastel, so we can drop a bit on the
I do like the pastels.
There you go. Other options are dual tones. So I really love dual tones because it's one color from one angle, and from another angle you can get a different
nice. Okay.
coloration.
Oh, we lost our nice midnight blue. Oh no, we got it back, and a silver. Oh no, we're going.
Yeah, so you can change lots of different settings here. So we've got a mix of dark blue and purple there, which I think is quite nice.
Nice, and I mean this is a lot of customization, like a lot of granularity for customization. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to see two cars alike racing around the track, right?
Well, I think there's an infinite amount of configurations and possible combinations. On top of that, we can modify the brake calipers.
Okay.
With a fairly extensive...
I'm not sure I like the green with the purple.
Well, which color would you like?
I like a yellow with a purple, or some complementary colors.
So we can put yellow.
Nice.
Improve the saturation. Brighter. So.
It's almost gold. I like it.
That works all right, I think.
Yeah.
We also can modify the rims. What do you think for the rims?
Ooh. Yellow again is going to overplay it, isn't it? Maybe a dark blue.
We can try to go for dark blue.
Yeah, I'm liking it. Yeah, it's starting to look a bit more like the cyber car I want.
Can have it matte, and then you got your customized car. Final thing you can do is we've got carbon parts. So this looks fancy, including the wing of the car.
Oh yes, add a nice bit of detail to it. I like it. Oh, and of course the wing
still comes up, so it's looking original and personalized to your own taste.
Now I wanted to take this car for a spin before we got to this point. Now I'm really want to crawl in there and take it out on the road.
Let's do this.
So yeah, hop on in and let's take him for a spin out on, it's here somewhere, I haven't, chapter 5, there we go, American Autos.
Alright.
Just after this we are going to be taking some questions from the chat. So if you haven't posted any yet that you particularly want answered, let us know, or let Thad and Mina know, they'll let us know.
Okay, which event do we want to try?
We want 5, the US Wilderness.
Okay.
Yeah, and hop on in. Let's see what this thing looks like in action.
So we're gonna select.
Since we've got it looking also. Oh, did we not save?
Maybe not.
Oh well.
Oops.
I'll modify it again. Remember to save your creations.
Yes,
That's an important lesson.
I forgot to save. I'll put it back on quickly.
Fair enough. After we've done this, can we just have a quick look at the post-race options, the replay options? They're pretty fancy now as well, so I'm looking forward to getting into those. But right now, let's see what this slightly faster car, because so before this we were racing Class D and we've just jumped up to Class B. So this is going to be a bit fancier.
But it's a car that's obviously way faster.
And also, there are now four kinds of turbo, nitros, aren't there?
Yeah, so you get these nitros. Yellow nitrous, so it's a nitrous that's very cheap.
Right.
It allows you to accelerate a tiny bit.
A nice slow burn on it.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a long runner. Another nitrous you have will be the perfect nitrous. Perfect nitrous hits when it's in the blue area. It's a more powerful nitrous, higher rate of consumption, so it's a bit more expensive. Another fancy nitrous you have is when the bar is full, you double tap and you get shockwave nitrous. So that's extremely powerful, drains the bar extremely fast, but gets you to top speed in an instant.
So what would be the advantage of a shockwave nitrous over a perfect nitrous?
So perfect is more of a long running, if you want to like come out of a curve and you want that nitrous to last longer because you strategically want to keep accelerating in curves, whereas the shockwave nitrous will be more like at the start of a straight line.
Like this?
You can get to like the highest speed possible in the shortest time possible.
Absolutely, so it's punchy, it gets you up to top speed really quickly, and also there it seemed to be quite damaging the cars around you.
Oh yeah, it makes you invincible to other cars, so it's very powerful. And final nitrous, I'm going to try to trigger it, is this orange nitrous.
Okay.
Orange nitrous is a very powerful nitrous that you will trigger by double tapping. It's not as powerful as a shockwave, but it's less expensive. I like it a lot when you're jumping in the air.
Right, and because of course you can turbo now, and
yes,
you can keep saying
you
nitro in the air.
You can activate nitrous in the air, which will accelerate your car. So that's a nice.
Really shoot you forward.
Yep.
Fantastic. Okay, so the other thing was the orange nitro doesn't require a full bar, obviously, which is shockwave does. So there's the kind of limitation there. If you're coming up to the line and you really need that punch at the end, if you haven't got shockwave, that's what you've got.
Indeed.
Right. Excellent, excellent. Now, very quickly before we jump into some questions, just to catch people up, this is the first Asphalt 9 live stream. I'm your host, Alex, and joining me is Anton Cabral, the principal game designer of Asphalt 9. That smile nearly completely wiped my memory. I forgot what you did. Later on in the stream, we are going to be letting you know the release date of Asphalt 9 Legends. So you're going to have to stay around for that. But right now, you can still jump onto asphaltlegends.com where you can pre-register for the game. Pre-registration will unlock the Lamborghini car pack, which will help you unlock the Lamborghinis when you get the game on your device, along with other rewards. So make sure you do that if you're as excited as we are for Asphalt 9.
Mm-hmm. I see there's some questions there from the players.
Yeah, there absolutely are, which is, I'm going to put some of them to you, but I think I know a few of them.
Okay.
We've got, it's either Dojetma, I think that's the correct pronunciation of that, and he asks, is the game coming exclusively to iOS first? And it's not.
It's not?
It's not. In fact, it's coming to iOS, Android, and Windows Store PC.
Windows 10 for computers, yeah?
Yeah. All at the same time. It's going to be a worldwide launch, and we're going to have the date of that later in the show. Okay. Ooh, I like this guy's name. Doggycraft.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Doggycraft is how much space does it take to install?
Mm-hmm.
You take that one, I'm not
so
sure.
The space that the game occupies on your device is 1.4 gigs. So it's fairly small considering the amount of graphics we crammed in there. Quite a technological achievement.
Yeah.
Kudos to the programmers and artists.
They've done a stunning job. That's not the footprint it used to be.
Well, for the visuals we have, I think it's amazing. We managed to cram that much in there.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. Okay, a question from Yazvi Rizvi.
Yassir Rizvi.
Thank you. You're far better than me at that. Apologies, I didn't mean to mispronounce your name. Why are the tracks so small? Now, this is an interesting one because they do get. Oh, getting a warning. It's also coming to Windows 10 tablets.
Oh yes, and Android tablets and iOS tablets. Yes. It's available.
Sorry, didn't mean to derail the answer to that question.
Mm-hmm.
There are progressively longer tracks, and there are a lot of shorter ones, and that's partly because we're going to be a lot more mobile thinking, like those quick bursts when you're on the train.
There's more aspects to that. I think at the start of the career in particular, we put shorter tracks that allow you to get a taste for each environment. Maybe you learn a tiny bit of a track at the time. As you progress through the game, in particular when you enter multiplayer, when you enter limited time events, all the races that we'll have to race every day, you will notice that you get longer races. So it's only to give a taste to the players of the different environments. as you've seen, we've got quite a few environments already.
Yeah.
We will see more of these. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely coming up later in the stream. Yeah, and also, I mean, obviously that means you're getting through those early tracks, and also when you're not as confident early on, and you might be losing because you're not quite as sure of the tracks. It means you don't have to sit there for 2-3 minutes while you're going through the whole.
I think it's a good learning, like learn the track chunk by chunk, and then you get the whole thing.
Excellent. Yeah, perfect. Now, a question from Kyle. Will there be controller support?
Yes.
Yes, there will be. You can check the forum. I believe Fab and Mina are going to drop a link in the post so you can see the most up-to-date list of what's going to be compatible with that right there. Ooh, a question from Axim Satlovkat. Oh, at Asphalt. I think that might be an at Asphalt.
Yes.
That's Satlovkov at Asphalt. Why players can bust the touch drive in multiplayer? Is it not imbalanced for beginners and normal players?
Well, it's not unbalanced at all, I would say, because as I mentioned before, so touch drive will allow you to play, and possibly if you don't know the track, and you will do a better time than if you were racing for the first time in manual. But at the end of the day, when you play manual, you will be you're using the same car, but you will be able to play a little bit better. So I don't think it's imbalanced in the sense that once you're trained and you think you're handling the game well, you can switch to manual, so it's open to everyone.
You're ready to go. It's all G'd up.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, one last question. I'm pretty sure I've got the answer for this. It's from the Dax 2 at Asphalt. Will they stop updating Asphalt 8? And the answer is a resounding no. Asphalt 8 and Asphalt 9, they feel very different. They're very different kind of experience when you're racing them. And we're absolutely going to continue support for both for a long time. You're still going to be getting new cars, new tracks. Everything's still going to be in there in Asphalt 8. All your time in there, still you can jump back in, still enjoy all of it. They work great alongside each other. They both play great, and also, and I'm sure I'm going to ask Fab and Mina to drop a compatibility list for devices, because I know that's something that they're going to want to do at some point. Also, Asphalt 8 is obviously going to run on more devices. This is a very powerful game.
Well, obviously the graphics are better looking, so
exactly.
Maybe some devices that were able to play Asphalt 8 won't run this one, but that's why we want to keep running Asphalt 8. I mean, it's our other baby as well. We want it to keep going, and it's a brilliant game on its own as well. And
also, of course, we're going to be continuing to strive to bring Asphalt 9 to more devices, and that list, that compatibility list that Fab and Mina will be posting, that is just going to keep growing. So keep an eye on it. If your phone doesn't work at launch and you think it should, it's probably coming soon. You've already been able to see that list has been growing, and new phones. I mean, my Android phone has recently been added, so I'm quite pleased with that. Right, perfect. Okay, I've realised that we've just left that running the whole time in the background rather than playing another game, which looked great, thankfully, because you drove like a fiend around the course. Well, yeah, I think it was nice to see all the new cinematic camera that we've added to the game. That's actually extremely cool. You can actually see the actual race you made. You can see when you're playing multiplayer as well. You can follow other players, and you can learn their routes, and you can learn their strategies. That's super handy. That's going to be great for YouTubers as well, who want to put together like real compilation videos of their skills after the fact. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Can we just have a quick look at progression of the game? So anybody jumping in, obviously we looked at the tutorial already. We've looked at some of the cars and how they move up and through. So what's the experience people are going to have as they play? Okay, so other aspects of the game will be the multiplayer. So in this version of the game, the multiplayer is not running because it's in-house special version. Okay. But when you come here, you will be able to join in a competition and play against other players in real time. Brilliant. So it's extremely fun. Also, something of note that I know I was meant to point out. Big news, it will be playable over cellular networks, 3G and 4G connections. Correct. So you'll be able to play wherever, whenever, multiplayer. which is pretty big news. We're very excited about that. Yeah.
Well, players have been asking for that, and we've listened, and so we've activated that feature.
I think you could probably say that about most of the game. We've been listening.
That's actually a good leitmotiv.
Great. I look forward to jumping in. I'm peering over your shoulder down here. So, what about My Club? That's another
feature that we wanted to add to the game, and we actually have, is a club system. So in the club you can actually chat with friends, and together with those friends you can work together towards rewards just by playing. So you play together and you will get those rewards. That's a feature we want to improve on in the future. We want to add lots of like club related features to make it even more involving for the players.
So you're really trying to pull all of the, what's the word? Pull all of the community around it and put that in the game as well as the channels around it.
Asphalt has always been a social experience. We want it to be even more social and simply like something that you will be proud to play with your friends.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so should we do some more races?
Sure.
I know everybody wants races, as much as I love talking about everything else around the game.
So where should we go?
People want to see some S-Class cars, I reckon.
Okay.
So let's just have, before we, tell you what, let's race first. We'll have a look at some cars after. Let's go to Chapter 5, Elite S.
Okay. Do you want to race a bit yourself, or am I racing that one as well?
You know what, I'll take it. And
okay.
You can laugh at me.
Well, I can give you some tips
I hope
and
so.
advice.
I'm a little worried that we're in an under-leveled car here, but I'm going to risk it. We're an Elite S? Yeah. Okay, it was meant to be a Scotland track. It's stuck here somewhere.
Let's pop out and see if I maybe made a mistake.
Yes.
Yep.
Track 5. Oh, that's definitely San Francisco. Oh well. Let's try this one. Let's try Cairo.
Yeah, Cairo is a lovely track. Pyramids, desert, very lovely. So which car are we taking?
We are going to take the W Motors Fenrir Motorsport out for a ride. And I'm a little underleveled. It's not too bad. I was worried, I'll be honest.
You should be able to possibly win that. It's tough. I don't think, well, it's quite tough. 300 points or so.
Yeah, it's a 60-second track, so at least the pain will be short. I think that's something we mentioned previously.
So there is an action you can do in the game. You may have noticed I triggered it a few times before. If you double tap the brakes, you can actually do a 360 turn.
Yes, okay.
So that's something new, something that's we're quite excited about, because it's a move that will allow you to trigger the 360 stunts before a ramp, for example. So you will do lots of stunts in the air. You can also use it in an offensive manner. So if you get an AI or a pesky opponent sticking to you and slowing you down, pop a 360 and you can take them down.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Now, I'm a little worried because for a second there, I admit I completely forgot I wasn't on touch drive. Despite having the conversation before we started. So I'm trying to pull this back in now.
Yeah, well, you've been doing all right so far. The thing to know about 360 is that it's not a free move. As in, if you do that, it will slow you down. So it's a gamble.
Right.
So if you spam it and you try to take other players down, other players will escape to the sides possibly, and so it's something you don't want to use. Well, it's at your own risk.
Other players take down pretty quick in those scenarios.
Yeah,
okay, well that's a worry that I will try and not put myself through. Okay, I will jump back out, and I'm going to give you one hand to give a quick shot to. Like I said, jumping through this. And we're going to jump down into number 2, which I think is the path, the track that I wanted in the first place.
Scotland.
We're going to have a look at Scotland. So
a beautiful level. I think it's my favourite.
Yeah, there are some stunning.
It's nice and fresh.
Talking of environments, I suppose, actually, they are stunning. And there are 7 in total, correct?
Correct. 7, and each of them has got 10 different race configurations
so that's
to learn.
70
tracks to learn for now.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a amazing start. I mean, that's a lot of
it's a lot to learn.
A lot of racing.
Yep.
A lot of racing to jump into. So, do you want to take into that the take the Fenrir in again?
Okay.
Seems to be fairly well leveled for it.
W Motors Fenrir Super Sport.
Indeed.
There it is. Okay.
I like this car. I think it looks great. It's got a good name too.
So let's race it.
Fantastic. So yeah, there are 7 environments. I'm going to see if I can remember them all because this was a fun game that I've been playing with myself. And normally I get most of them, and then I kind of fall over towards the end. Scotland, San Francisco, American Midwest. I was doing so well. Did I say Scotland already?
Yeah.
But you don't have to be quite so blunt with me.
So it's I think you're missing
Shanghai,
Cairo.
Gonna get there.
Yeah.
Rome
and Rome, exactly. Rome, which is actually one of the favorite tracks in the office.
I haven't said the Himalayas. Sorry.
Yeah, Himalaya as well.
Rome. You were saying one of the best favorite in the office.
Well, yeah. If you've seen the Dev Diary, Ian from the art team really likes it for its dusky look and the contrast between the calm of the like being late at night in Rome and like being racing like crazy with supercars. It's fun.
I'm always amazed at like the pure variety in every single one of the environments. I mean, each one's individual in itself. Like they all have a very distinct feel. The moment you jump in, you wouldn't confuse one with the other.
Well, no, you're just 1 second seeing the track and you know where you are.
Exactly.
Which is handy if you're learning the track as well. Well, I'm bouncing all over the shop. Yeah.
Still in one piece.
Yeah.
But the other thing is like even within a track, there are very distinct areas. Like we were saying before, the moving around Rome, and we both came fourth. I feel vindicated.
There I lost. I was under rank, so it was always going to be a challenge.
Well, it's good to know that I'm not the only one losing when I'm under ranked.
Yeah. So here's a replay with the car camera, so you can see how you actually did with the typical camera.
Yeah.
And when you're in multiplayer, you will be able to switch to other players. That's very useful to see the game from their point of view.
Absolutely, and you can find out why maybe that car that you thought you had 2 turns back suddenly had
exactly. You can see they took that little path on the side and they did that nitrous, and so it's all about strategy and how you spend your nitrous and how you get to the highest speed possible in the game. It's fun. Okay,
great.
What's next?
We had a look at some S-rank cars. Well, one S-rank car.
Yeah, the Fenrir.
Yeah, the Fenrir. Could we jump out and have a look at some of the fan favourites, basically requested by fans, high-end S-rank cars?
Sure.
Because
take a look.
When we're talking about fulfilling your racing fantasies, we don't mess about at the high end. We have some incredible machines, some of them not things that you're going to end up with in your garage anytime soon.
I think they're cars worth being excited to get, own and race around. I think they're beautiful.
Yeah.
So which ones in particular were taking your fancy?
I've been practicing this. The Lamborghini Centenario?
Centenario.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
There it is. That's my favorite car in the game.
Now, is that just all carbon fibre?
Yeah.
Because the texturing on it looks incredible.
It's got a wing as well. That we can.
You know, I get excited by those.
Well, the wings is a nice extra realistic detail.
Yeah.
That really gives something to the game. Also, when you're going fast and it comes up, it really makes you feel like, hey, I've reached a certain speed now. It's fun.
The other thing I love about the Centenario is that of all of the cars, to my mind, it shows the cockpit, the inside the car view better than any other. Like, look, despite the subtlety of it, like all the details in there. You've got the yellow highlights on the seats. Oh, yeah, just a wonderful looking machine, and it really does show off.
Yeah.
And that's the first S-rank car?
It is the first S-rank car,
so
which makes it like very nice when you get to it, because it unlocks like all the S-Class business and multiplayer, and it's nice.
Oh wow, okay.
Shout out to the car artists as well that are responsible for those beautiful cars.
They've done a stunning job,
and the optimization and everything. I mean, it's good work.
One other car that I know people want to look at is the Ferrari FXK.
Yeah, FXXK, there it is.
And this is, well, obviously everyone loves Ferrari.
Yeah.
The red, the classic red. And
That was a fan favorite.
Mm-hmm.
That was requested for many times. It's really a cool car. It's got a wing as well.
That's a slightly more subtle wing. I like it. It's like a scoop.
Yeah, it's a bit related to the LaFerrari, so they're like sister cars, we could call them that. I really like that car, but still, my favorite remains the Centenario.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay. Do you want to see another car?
No, I'd actually like you to take me for a race.
All right.
So we're gonna dial it back a little from the S-Ran cars. We got very excited about those, but we're gonna take a step back, and I'm gonna let people know what's going on. But until then, could you go to Chapter 2 and a rookie class?
Sure.
Just gonna dial things back a little bit.
So Chapter 2.
Yeah, the B rookie.
B rookie.
Which is the one in the middle there.
Yeah. So B-class cars.
B-class cars.
Quite fast.
Yeah, we're getting quick. We're getting quick. And race 6, which is taking us back to Cairo.
Okay.
So while you race us through that, I am going to let people know. Oh, sorry, the Cadillac CN concept.
Okay.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to let people know exactly what's going on. This is the first Asphalt 9 live stream. I'm Alex, I'm your host, and I'm here with Anton Cabral, the principal game designer of Asphalt 9 Legends. In the chat at the moment, we have... You laugh every time I say your name, it makes me nervous. In the chat, we have Fab and Mina. They are taking your questions, answering your questions as we go. So, if you have anything you want to know that we haven't touched on, that maybe you missed, let them know, and they'll either answer your questions or give them to us, and we will answer them momentarily. There is big news coming, and that is the release date for Asphalt 9 Legends. But that's going to be just a little bit later. You're going to have to hang on till later in the stream. But until then, or even past then, in fact, until the game does launch, you can head over to asphaltlegends.com where you can pre-order the game and get the Lamborghini card pack launch that will help you unlock.
You can unlock
Lamborghinis faster once you're playing the game. There will also be other awards, so check out the site to find out exactly what you can get there.
Victory here.
Victory, you've done it again.
Yep. I like that track, it's very fast.
Yeah, no, Cairo, as we were saying before, like the pure variety. I mean, you're kind of going through the city at one point, and then you're out to the desert, and then down with the pyramids.
You can get in the catacombs. I mean, and in terms of strategy, it's a track that's got many ways to generate nitrous, lots of ramps, many different routes that I could have gone down with. So depending on the car you're using, you may want to take a different route. Also in multiplayer, you may want to avoid traffic, like other players. So taking like a slightly slower path may be a good strategy to avoid being like attacked by other players.
It's a good tactic. I reckon that's going to be my kind of downfall. I get too aggressive and then find myself wiping myself out.
Well, all the players are dangerous, so sometimes it's good to take a slightly longer path and just keep on your own and let them fight between themselves.
Talking of fighting between themselves, you're on the leaderboards there. You're going to be out there playing people for real, right?
Well, I've been playing extensively on the when we were in the soft launch period.
Okay.
I don't know if like players that have seen me, like I play as Ant.
Ant 1.
One.
Yeah.
So I've been playing a bit, yeah. But obviously, I mean, I'm a humble designer. I'm not as good as the pro racers out there.
You've been modest. I heard you were quite high up those leaderboards.
In multiplayer, I've been doing all right.
Okay.
But I reached the legend area more or less. But there are some excellent players out there. I can't hope too much.
Well, everybody who may jump on there is going to have a beeline straight for you now. You've got a target on your back.
Well,
Ant 1.
Challenge.
Say it again.
See you on the asphalt.
Cool, so we've got a few more questions coming in, one of which is from Abbott, which is, how does matchmaking work? And this is skill-based.
In the multiplayer, correct. So
in the multiplayer,
every time you race, you've got a score that's changing. and we match you based on that score.
Yeah, you go up a little bit or down a little bit, depending on a win or a loss.
Correct.
But you're in a league, you're in a bracket, so you've got a kind of a span of cars that you're going to be able to pick between.
As you go up, you will unlock more cars to be able to play. But at the end of the day, it's your skill that decides who you're matched against. So you want to take your best cars to the fight in order to go up.
Right, of course, yeah. The better you're doing, the more kind of an edge you get there.
Well, once you get to the top brackets, you can't really take your Mitsubishi Lancer. It's a very good car, but it won't match a Centenario.
As I understand it, the league system might not let that happen.
Well, you can use a Mitsubishi Lancer from the start.
Okay.
But you will be in trouble.
You're not going to get very far.
Well, you may get in. Well, you may be lucky.
And one thing, I'm going to mention it again because we mentioned it in passing, but it's pretty big news. You are going to be able to play this in multiplayer, wherever you are over your cellular network, so 3G, 4G, you're still going to be able to play.
Correct.
So matchmaking, on the go, wherever you like. We've got a question from Patel, can the game be played offline? No, it can't.
It can't.
I can answer that.
Yeah.
And why? When this is to stop hackers, we want the game to be fair, balanced.
So if the game was available offline in terms of progress, in terms of all the things you can do in the game, we would never be able to check that people are not hacking the game, and as a result, you will get people accessing cars that they have not gained in the game in a fair way, and it would be an unfair experience. So the online aspect of the game allows us to create also add more online content, such as the club system, the daily event system we haven't talked about, that are like daily challenges that you can race, and that will allow you to earn rewards. No events in this version because it's a test version, but in the live version you will always have like a few events a day that you can play to gain rewards, and also the multiplayer aspect will obviously not be available when you're not online.
The multiplayer aspect is where I was kind of focusing there, but obviously there's a lot of live things that are constantly happening that also
definitely
the connective aspect allows for.
Yes, and it allows us to actively work against hackers and cheaters.
Yeah, we want everybody to have the best game experience they can while they're racing online and all the time, basically, in there.
Correct.
So we have two other big announcements. Obviously the release date is still coming, that will be later, but we have a much requested new game mode that's been introduced. It's been requested by fans, and that is the escape mode. And this is a new mode where you have to outrun security forces who are trying to stop you getting to the finish line. So we are going to jump into that and have a quick look at this, and we're also going to have a little challenge where you and I go head to head and see who can get that little bit further.
Let's see if we can escape from the security forces. Yeah,
absolutely. We're going to have a go at this, and we're going to jump into the Most Wanted, which is in Chapter 2.
American Most Wanted.
There we go. And we're going to go to American Midwest, which is the 4th race, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're going to take that and we're going to drive the VWXL Sports.
Do you want to start? Or do I start? Yeah.
Come on, I will see if I can go up against the security forces as they come to chase me down. The car I thought was going to be there isn't, so I'm just going to take out the Ford again.
Yep.
Big fan of it. So this is a very different mode to the other two. The other two modes that we've looked at so far have been the race, standard race against the cars, and the time trial, which is a bit more, a bit more traditional in terms of racing games. And this is very different. This is very much about outwitting the security forces who are trying to take you down as you head to the line.
Yeah, so you've got a time limit there, and they will try to stop you getting there in time.
Yeah, so you've got, I think it's 1 minute I had on this race, and they're just going to pestering me and harassing me and making sure that I can't
Well,
really ever hit top speed in the same way that I'd like to.
They're only doing their security job, really.
Yeah. I do wonder what we've done to attract to attract their attention quite like this.
The story doesn't say.
We're just trying to avoid them. As long as we get to the line, we've got a very nice car. We don't want to get in track. Getting no speed. I'm really. They're doing their jobs a bit too well.
Indeed.
How long have I got? Oh, there's the finish.
There you're getting there.
No!
Oh, so you got busted just right at the end by the security
I
forces.
had to hit that ramp as well.
Well, the ramp is hard to get. I'll try to do it myself.
They really jostled me out of the way there.
Let's see if we can do it.
So show us how it's done, Anton.
Exciting times. I mean, that feature has been long awaited by the players.
Long requested, right?
Yes, and so I think it's actually a super fun event where you really get a different feel for the game, where it really refreshes you when you're playing through the career, and it's like, oh, a breath of fresh air of difference. Really enjoyable. So let's see if I can get to the end and not get busted by the security forces.
Yeah, if you avoid that jump, if we can possibly manage.
You need to jump, because at the end there's a barrier we've added that forces you to jump. So if you don't jump, you just hit the wall and you get busted anyway. So you did all right.
I did all right.
but you got busted because you failed the jump. Because the jump is actually physics based, so it's not something that's canned and always works. You will jump.
Yeah, I kind of hit the wrong end of that ramp. You kind of jostled me, and
you took it just with the side of your wheel, and you didn't take it quite right, and you had to pay the price for your mistake.
Absolutely. And what a price it was. Oh, come on, these doesn't slow you down. Maybe you won't even make the jump.
Well, there I am.
Oh no, that's a wasted hope at this point, I think. You even took it slowly to rub it in.
Well, I took it as fast as I could, really, but the security forces almost stopped me there.
Absolutely fantastic.
And you can see the replay. See those security goons trying to stop me.
Yeah, they are out there for you, aren't they?
Let's have a look. Let's see, so those cameras are dynamic. They will change and show the race from different points of view. And here they are.
Landing it there.
They're on my back. See, I'm drifting there, generating nitrous. I'm coming out with a shockwave nitrous on the straight line, hitting the car, because why not? And then...
That's what I should have done.
Generating nitrous by jumping, so always trying to find a way to go faster.
And I'm learning. I'm learning by watching.
Okay.
That's the real key there. Okay. Do you want to take one more car out?
Sure.
One more quickie.
Let's see what we can show the players.
I'm trying to think if we've missed any of the tracks. I don't think we have. I think we've hit them all as we've gone through. So let's instead hop out to Chapter 5 and Euro Motors.
Okay.
Yep.
There it is.
And here we are going to hit the track again. It's a quickie. It's just a 30-minute one, a 30-second one rather, and it's track 15. There we go.
Here we go.
My end, and it's a proper race. So we're going to end on a proper race.
Okay.
All the way. I'll let you pick a car.
Well, so the recommended car rank, you can see there is a 3, 5, 8, 9.
Sure, we've got any of them.
So really, I think the Bugatti Chiron looks like it's the only one that can take the challenge. So we'll take it for a spin.
Sounds ideal.
Decent looking car.
Oh, it's a great looking car.
I'll have a couple. Okay. So off we go.
Let's hit the track with that then, and this will be our last race. So
yeah, keep an eye out for the wing coming up as the car picks up speed.
If you want to send in the comments whether you think Anton's going to get this, yes or no. I think that's all we want. Yay or nay? Does he make it?
It's all out there. Don't bet your family savings on that.
Unless your family savings is Bugatti. That'd be there we go. Oh, but yeah, I think I mention this every time we're on any track, but the shift that we have here between the city of Cairo is just so pronounced against the desert. It's gorgeous, every single environment.
It is very contrasted.
And you know, and of course they have to, because look how good the cars look. The whole thing looks stunning.
I mean, with the work done on the cars, I think if the environments were not up to scratch, they would stand out, but it's all stunning. There you go, I made it.
Fantastic, and nicely done. I've just got a message from Fab who says that the comments are just yelling at us to say the release date.
Ah, but we don't know that. Can we say that?
We can say that.
We can say that now.
We have approached a point when we can announce. We can release the announce date. We can announce the release date for Asphalt 9 Legends, and the date is July 26th, 2018, because that would be bad if it was later than that. So yes, that's just 2 days from now, and it's actually going to start. It is going to be rolling out, so there is a chance in some areas you might see it on the 25th, but the worldwide launch is the 26th. So that's in.
But Alex, that's like almost like tomorrow or something.
It's almost tomorrow, very nearly almost tomorrow. And if it rolls out on the 25th for you, it is tomorrow. So you can head. So it's just 2 days from now, this Thursday. Remember, you can still pre-register on asphaltlegends.com to get those Lamborghini trading packs when the game launches, and some extra rewards. So make sure you head over there to be absolutely ready to jump into Asphalt 9 Legends the day it comes out.
We're really excited here to finally have the entire world get their hands on the game, and I'm excited personally to get lots of adversaries. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
You're looking for all those new people that you can really show your skills to.
Well, looking forward to them getting the best cars and having a fair fight, and them teaching me new paths that I haven't thought of.
There's going to be a lot, but I'm sure they show you very quick.
My experience on previous games has been that there's always a lot to learn.
Yep, I've got a lot to learn, I know that much. And that is all we've got time to. We'd like to thank all of you Asphalt and racing fans for tuning in.
Well, yeah, thank you.
I'd like to thank you, Antoine, for joining me today.
Thank you, Alex, for having me.
I'd like to thank Mina and Fab in the comments for all their great work there. Check the links there. They will have links to the pre-registration site, the forum page that shows compatibility with devices and compatibility with controllers. So those are all going to be in the comments. And we look forward to seeing you in just 2 days on the Asphalt when Legends is released.
See you on the Asphalt.
Thank you and goodbye.
Bye bye.